in the comments section below. Honestly, I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. It's been a bit of a hectic day today, but we're back, we're here, we're chill. I've got my cup of tea on the go. We're already super busy, so thank you to each and every one of you that has joined. And honestly, should we start with some hellos? Let's start the whole day with some hellos. So big hello to Katharina, welcome. Queen Bee, great to see you. Stephen back, wonderful to see you. My love Rita, great to have you here. Anyone that's watching, I'm on replay. Obviously, we have about 2/3 of our viewers actually watch on replay. So I'm sending lots of love to the replay squad too. We've got Eric Glorbe, Jan, Suzanne, Verena, DM13, Danny, welcome my love. So many of you. Obviously, we'll continue the hellos as we go through. But I just want to say, well, happy Sunday, everybody. How is everyone doing? Sound off in the comment section at the side if you do, if you've got anything to share, skincare related or not. We're all family here, so we're happy. If you've just got a rant, if you want to share something that's excited you this week, feel free to leave a comment because I would love to hear from you. In terms of the comments today, YouTube, there's been a few changes to YouTube. So all of the comments can only be left by people who subscribe to YouTube channels. This is a new thing for live streams. So if you're finding that you can't actually leave a comment on the live stream, don't panic. Just click the subscribe button and then it'll let you comment straight away. Hopefully you'll want to subscribe to us because honestly, we're all one big happy family here on Mad About Skin. So we'd love to have you as part of that. However, all that being said, shall we delve into answering some of these questions? Oh, one more thing. I just want to say a big thank you to Tom. Tom is moderating on today's live stream, so I wanted to say a big, huge thank you to Tom for all his love and support as always. Both him and Marlene are such a great support to me and the channel. They do such a wonderful job moderating these live streams. So honestly, Tom, Marlene, I send you so much love and a big thank you. And if you wanted to join us over on Facebook, Tom's left the link. Very casually drop that in the chat. So be my guest, click on there and obviously join us over on Facebook because we would love to have you as part of the Mad About Skin family. But shall we start with a few questions? Well, Katharina actually got in with the very first question today, which is hello from the future me because she's watching on Team Replay. So hello Katharina over on Replay. Said, I hope you have a lovely weekend. I'm so happy with the Mad About Skin skincare range. I think the moisturizer is my favourite. Well, first of all, thank you very much. I'd love to everyone on the replay squad. So, thank you. I'm so glad so many people are loving the moisturizer. Honestly, as somebody who has oily, acne-prone skin, I've only recently really got into moisturizers, and I know that's going to sound a shock a lot of people because it's a skincare channel. Should be all about the skincare, but I kind of always thought like the moisturizer was like, if I get round to it, kind of step in my routine. All the other stuff was really important, and because my skin honestly greases itself up more than enough, I never actually bothered with the moisturizer, and I realized that was a huge mistake. There's a moisturizer out there for everyone, whether you just go for a really moisturizing SPF so you don't need a separate moisturizer, or you go for something that is really lightweight and gel-like. I think there's a moisturizer there for everyone. And the reason I wanted to create the Mad About Skin moisturizer is I wanted something that was really gonna hydrate but not feel really heavy on the skin. The more hydrating a product is, generally the thicker it feels, the more heavy it is on the skin. I wasn't all about that. So the fact that so many of you guys are loving it, honestly, it makes me so happy. And I'd say, I always thought the serum was gonna be like the standout must-have from the collection, but so many of you guys have said, actually, in terms of how the products that change your routine the most, it's a tie between the serum and the moisturizer, and that makes me so happy. If you did want to purchase any of those, shameless plug even, then Tom's left a link in the chat, but it's www.madaboutskincare.com. And actually, I'm all about listening to consumer feedback, and you guys were asking for tracked shipping, which I know is a big thing. So one of the announcements today is any orders which are let me get this right. Any orders made from today will be sent out with tracked shipping. So those of you that like to be able to track your parcel from my side through to your side, that'll be possible from today. So hopefully that'll just, I've listened to the feedback that you guys have given, and hopefully that'll just make your purchasing journey that little bit smoother. But anyway, thank you very much, Katharina. Sending you lots of love to the replay squad, and I'm so glad you're loving it. Queen Bee comes in with a comment, says, what skin type is the ordinary 1% retinol for? I think the 1% retinol works better on dry skin. I know that sounds a bit confusing because retinoids are quite drying, but that 1% retinol is in quite an oily formulation, so I'd probably I'd probably use it on drier skin types. I think that's kind of what it's best suited to, but that's, I think it could work for everyone, but I think having a drier skin type, you'll probably get more pleasure from using that product with it having a slightly oilier consistency. Steven says, I almost thought I missed one of my favourite times of the week. It's always so wonderful to see you. Steven, it's so wonderful to have you. And yeah, we moved yesterday's live stream. Lots going on yesterday. So we moved yesterday's live stream to today, Sunday. Hopefully this mixes it up and a few more people will be able to join us that can't do the Saturday. But we'll go back next week to normal, which is Saturday, 6 p.m. UK time, which is 7 p.m. European time, 1 p.m. East Coast US time, and 10 a.m. US or West Coast time. There you go. I've actually memorized a few more for you guys to make it all easy. But whenever I put the pre-notification of it going live, it does always say it does say the timestamp wherever in the world you are. So I'm wearing it, just as a side note, I'm wearing a turtleneck today because I am so cold, like literally so cold. It's turned very autumnal here in the UK, but now I'm finding it really itchy. It's like a wall thing and I'm just finding it really itchy. So if you feel like if I'm scratching myself constantly throughout this video, it's this blooming roll neck sweater. So look and see. So we've got, Steve says, there is a tiny smell to your cream. That's the Mad About Skin moisturizer. It smells like a lovely mild rose scent, which I love. I noticed the same smell when you put on way too much CeraVe. What do you think? So first of all, I love that you love the smell. All ingredients, and when we put them in a product, have a scent to them. So when people say, I want fragrance-free skincare, I always say, make sure you know what you're actually asking for then, because fragrance means different things to different people. So there's artificial fragrance, which is perfume, which is where you deliberately add an artificial element to it in order to create that odor, that scent that we all love. There are other natural botanicals, which is natural fragrance. So you can add natural botanicals in there, which are just there to add the fragrance, but it's derived from nature. It's natural, usually plant-based. And there's also like a hybrid of the two. So you can get botanicals which add value to the product. Maybe they're hydrating, they're calming, they're soothing, but they also have a nice scent to it. And I think this is kind of where it's at. I don't think our skincare should be scent-free. Just because there's this stigma around fragrance at the moment, artificial fragrance can trigger sensitivity. But remember, we can be sensitive to any product, any ingredient out there. And so actually, I would usually avoid artificial fragrance or perfume in products if you're worried about it, because that's where it's an artificial component added in for nothing but the scent. But actually finding some products that have botanical elements in that add a gorgeous scent to it, but also add a purpose, hydration, calming, soothing, can be really good. And that's kind of what I wanted to treat. Now, so it is all down to botanicals. And that's the same actually with the CeraVe. They have some botanicals in there which are designed to calm and soothe the skin, but they also have a fragrant element to them, so they smell nice. And that's kind of what it is with mine and what you'll see on some other markets. I'm really glad that brands are kind of cottoning on to this, because I think this is the way forward. A light scent that's not too overbearing, but also delivers some really great benefits. Like win, 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 ding, ding, ding. But I'm so glad that you're loving it anyway, Stephen, so thank you so, so much. Queen Bee says, do men have to have different cleansers than women? This I get asked a lot, and this is a really good question. So a lot of people say, do men have separate cleansers? So male, female skin is different. So there is a spot, but it's not significant enough to make a difference. Generally, and this is why it's all subjective. So generally, when men will have slightly oilier skin types, that's not always the case. I know a lot of women with very oily skin. I know a lot of men with dry skin. But generally speaking, slightly oilier skin. Also, women's skin tends to be more hormonally led. So women are more likely to have cystic acne, for example. But again, I know loads of men, myself included, that have cystic acne. So it's kind of, there are differences, but I think there's so much crossover in between that it really doesn't make any sense to kind of have specifically gendered skincare. I would say find a cleanser that you like and use it. So in the case of your dad, it's absolutely fine for him to use a cleanser that is just off the shelf. You don't find many products that are specifically targeting like women. You get a lot of male skincare. The one thing that I will call out on this is scientific studies have shown that men tend to prefer different scents to women, whether that's engineering, whether that's just natural, who knows. But men tend to prefer slightly muskier and deeper smells, so we'll reach for products that smell that way, if that makes sense. So if you're very scent driven and you really love a nice smelling product, then smell them all and work out that's the ones for you. I know so many women that buy men's cleansers because they like that really deep musky smell that you get with them, and they really like that. So I say just smell all the cleansers, choose the one that you like the scent of and that matches your skin type, and buy it. Job's good. Steven said, let's have a look. So, Rita says, happy weekend, Rob, and everyone. Sending you lots and lots of love, Rita. So good to see you. So Queen says, will a 0.5% salicylic acid cleanser remove texture? Yeah, when it comes to salicylic acid, I'd say go for 2%. That's my preference. And I think that works quicker. But you can go for a 0.5% and it will still work. It'll just take a little bit longer. Cleansers generally are between 0.5 and 2%. So the problem with cleansers is not many brands actually tell you the concentration. So it's a bit guesswork, trial and error. But I'd say use the product. If it's working, keep using it. If it's not, maybe dial up the strength a little bit and work out what your skin's saying. But really good question. So thank you so much. Jan says, hi everyone. Just passing by to hit the like button. I wish everyone a lovely Sunday. Very close to my bedtime. Jan, I know you're all over in Thailand, so that's many hours ahead of us. So I hope you're sleeping well and watching on replay. But Jan, honestly, said hit that like button. That's so kind. And if everyone wanted to do that, I'm just gonna have a sip of my tea. Basically, if you minimize the chat, you can click the like button, then you maximize the chat and it takes you back to where you were, so you don't lose your place in the chat or any of that. So to give you a chance to like the video if you're enjoying our live stream already, I'm just gonna have a quick sip of my tea. Oh, just so good. It's so warming. Oh. All about that. So thank you so much. And Jan, I hope I'm sending you lots and lots of love to the replay squad. Iraglobi says, hello everybody. Rob, I really love your serum. It's really great for my skin, and with 50ml, it'll last quite a while. It'll definitely be a repurchase. Thank you so much, hun. And honestly, the love and feedback, if you guys haven't already, join the Facebook group, because so many people are doing, Danny, so DM13 on YouTube, Danny in real life, did such an amazing video, like first impressions of the Mad About Skin skincare line. Honestly, Danny, I love that so much. I was watching it literally before Danny's actually the reason I was late onto this live stream. I'm blaming Danny, because I was watching your video. I was like, I kind of need to go into the live stream. But I was like, I'll just watch a little bit more. So it's so good. So definitely worth joining the Facebook group and seeing that. Fully recommend it. Tom's left a link to the Facebook group in the chat, so you can join from there. But thank you so much for you guys. And yeah, 50ml will last you, like, depends how big your face is. If you've got a big face like me, you use a lot more product. If you have drier skin, you might want to use a little bit more of the serum than if you've got oilier skin. So all of this will lead to different factors, but I'd say it probably lasts in the region of around 2-3 months, maybe a bit longer, which I think is good, because honestly, the less we have to buy products, the more money we save, the better it is for the environment, less packaging, all that good stuff. When we come on packaging, just as a side note, did you see that Ellen DeGeneres is launching her own skincare line? So she's really launching her Kind Science skincare line, and their unique selling point, I just saw this, their unique selling point, well, first of all, their tagline is something like, be proud of your age, not your wrinkles. I'm like, oh, that's bad. That's a really bad tagline, because why should we not be proud of our wrinkles? Do you know what? I've got a few lines, the odd crow's feet, it's part of me. I'm proud of them. Why should we be ashamed, like proud of our age, ashamed of our wrinkles? No, whoever came up with that tagline, no, sacked on the spot. But also, their like unique selling point is they said that they're kind to everything. But one of their things is they're kind to the environment, and they're going to use recyclable packaging when they can. It's like the least exciting announcement I've ever heard in my life. Like, literally most packaging is recyclable these days. Like, most cardboard you can recycle in most countries. So like, this isn't groundbreaking, Ellen Love. This is literally just packaging. And we should all use recyclable packaging. We should all recycle our packaging. Fully on board with that. But the idea that this is your tagline and your reason to buy a product, come on. Surely she could do better than that. Like, surely she could do better than that. But apparently not. So she's getting a lot of stick and a lot of heat from that online, which I kind of think that tagline, like, be proud of your age, not your wrinkles, I think that's such a bad tagline. So what do you think? Like, sound off in the comments. Is that not just the worst? Like it's so dated. It's like 20 years. Do you remember the skincare, like in the 90s, when everyone had to have that perfectly ironed face and was like, you should be ashamed if you've got a wrinkle? And it was like, oh, no. We're not going back there. We don't need that. We definitely don't need that. Suzanne, welcome. I don't even know how I got onto that. I've no idea. But anyway, Suzanne, welcome. Great to see you, my love, and sending you so much love. Verena says, I'm using the time left until the live to tidy up my room. Hashtag productive. Hashtag impressed. Good for you, Verena, love. And I hope your room is spick and span and lovely and clean. Danny, welcome. I know I've already technically given you a shout out. Big hello, my love. Suzanne says, out of pure curiosity, what do you use for hair care now? Suzanne, I'm the worst person to talk about hair care. I am whatever's cheap at the drugstore kind of guy. I like to see I mix it up. Especially because my hair's quite short, I kind of feel that everything works. Which I know will annoy so many people that spend hours perfecting their hair care routine. I kind of just use what's cheap at the drugstore. So I'm using at the moment, what's it called? Like, it's a brand. I used to use something called Bulldog, but then they weren't entirely cruelty free, and there was a whole thing around that. So I moved away from them, and now I think it's called like Fish or something like that. It smells like coconuts, which I like. I like my hair care to smell of coconut because I just like coconuts. And in terms of shampoo, I am a huge fan of like the shampoo bars because I'm kind of trying to cut down on my plastic consumption. So I get the Lush like shampoo bars. They don't last as long. They do say that they'll last like, I think it's something like 55, 60 washes. I've never got that many washes out of them. I've got short hair. So I would say if you're buying them, be aware that they won't last as long as they say. But they're really good and it cuts down on the plastic and they smell really nice. So that would be my hair care routine. Very simple, very whatever's cheap at the drugstore mixed with a bit of Lush. But I am really loving Lush at the moment. So as a side note, if anyone wants a Lush brand review, looking at some of their skincare, new launches, let me know. Happy to deliver that. Danny says, lol, the products are gorgeous. I was left out for words. I'm really curious what will tell us once you've used them. Danny, thank you so much, honestly. So, Tom's delivery. I'm sure Tom won't mind me telling you this. Getting the products to Tom. I wanted Tom and Marlene, it's because they supported me in this channel so much, to be the first people to try this. Well, after the first packages got lost, then we shipped and they were arrived, but they took like snail mail paste. Then it was tracked to try out the tracking, the new tracking before we went live, and it all went smoothly. It's taken literally the longest possible time to get Tom the products, but they are, according to the tracking, going to be delivered tomorrow. So I'm expecting I'm calling Tom tomorrow and we're having a full rundown of initial thoughts, feelings and impressions. And hopefully I'm going to be bullying him into using doing a full review on the Facebook channel, because I know like honestly, I'm so glad at this point that he can get his hands on the product. So for everyone that's received your Magnet About Skin packages, including Danny this week, I'm just so glad that they've all arrived. We've beat the international shipping problems and they have arrived, and that's the main thing. And I hope you guys love them so much. Justine, welcome, my love. Happy to see you. Emily, great to see you, my love. Emily says, happy Sunday, everyone. It's been pouring rain all weekend and now I'm making blueberry pancakes. Honestly, is there a better way to finish the weekend with a blueberry pancake? I think not. Emily, you're my hero. Send some my way. Like, literally, send some my way. Suzanne says, I can't wait to get my pre-order still. I got an email that's in customs here in Slovenia. Hops up and down. Yay! I think this is one of the things. So a lot of the shipping has been delayed by there's been some customs. It's taking around 3 days to get out of customs in a lot of countries, which I know 3 days isn't a lot, but honestly, when people are really keen to get their hands on something, 3 days is a long time. So there's a little bit of that, but we've got through most products have gone through the process smoothly. But I say to anyone, if you've particularly in Europe, so all the VAT in Europe is paid up front, so that does all of that for you. There are some snags. The European Union have admitted that their systems, our electronic systems, aren't quite working that well, and I can attest to that fact. So they're saying if anybody in the European Union has paid even a cent, a euro, is it a cent? The little bit of euros? Yeah. Of VAT on their products, we can claim it back, and I have done for people just while the EU irons out their system. So I'm going to issue that disclaimer to everyone today. If that's been you, then just get in touch and we can quite happily sort that out for you, my love. But Danny, Suzanne, I'm so glad that yours has finally reached customs, and I cannot wait to hear what you think. Chris, hello, so great to see you. Yes, I know, Chris. Me and Chris have a good dialogue every day on the comment section, but it's so good to see you in the live stream, Chris, and I'm sending lots and lots of love to the Midlands here in the UK, where I just hope it's slightly warmer than it is here down south in Hampshire, because it is freezing cold. Stephanie, great to see you, sending you lots and lots of love to LA. And we've got okay. Yeah, Stephanie says, Emily, did you make enough blueberry pancakes for Rob? Yes, literally, send them over. If they're here, I'll take them. Full orders, receiving orders of all things baked goods. Dragana, welcome. So good to see you. Amy, lovely to see you, my love. love. Ali, so good to see you and hope you're amazing. And Anne says, I hope you're having a lovely autumn day. I am. I love autumn. I just wish autumn could exist a little bit warmer. That's my only thing. I know that would kind of not work. A little bit warmer. But I think I'm on spiced chai latte number 6 of the autumn season. So I think I'm hitting the ground running with that, and I absolutely love it. I did go pumpkin spiced. So here in the UK, just a little bit of it. Let's do a little bit of cultural awareness for people living outside of the UK. So here in the UK, if you want a pumpkin spice latte, you can only get them in Starbucks. These things don't exist anywhere but Starbucks. If you want a spiced chai latte, which is different but kind of tastes the same, it's available in Costa. And never get them wrong, because I walked into Costa and asked for a pumpkin spice latte, and the woman nearly chucked me out of the store. She was like, that's Starbucks. You're gonna have to go to Starbucks. I was like, oh. Okay, sorry about that. So all I'd say is make sure you get your brands right and don't get them mixed up like I did. Big heads up. But both are equally as delicious, so they're all good. And as a side note, the pumpkin spice lattes at Starbucks here in the UK are vegan. So if you're living a plant-based or vegan lifestyle, they're actually entirely vegan, which is great, because I believe that the ones in the States aren't. So that's just like a heads up. Let's see. William, welcome. Sending lots of to the first antioxidant queen himself. Patty, I am so glad to see you, Patty, my love. It says just in time. Feeling better, still short and sassy as always. Patty, we wouldn't have you any other way, my love. And it warms my heart that you are here. So I'm sending you and your family the world's biggest love. So Serena, welcome. Do you know what I love so much? All right, so many people are actually in the comments saying happy Saturday, because you normally do these on Saturdays. It's Sunday today, people. I'm just putting that disclaimer out because people are not going to be turning up for work tomorrow thinking they've got an extra day at the weekend. Just a big disclaimer. It is Sunday today, even though we're doing this live stream a little bit of a different day this week. Let's have a look. Let's see. Christina, welcome. So great to see you. Nicola, great to see you. Oh, a beautiful sunset overlooking the Paris rooftops. Now, honestly, does it get more romantic than that? I think not. That sounds so good. Like, I haven't been out of the UK for ages. Travel's not really been our friend recently, has it? I feel like we've missed out on a lot of the travel recently, but I honestly have missed so much. Been going to places like Paris and just being able to see different food, different locations. So I'm sending you lots and lots of love. I'm there overlooking the Paris rooftops with you in spirit, my love. So let's see. Hilpree, welcome. Oh, Hilpree says, just back from breakfast, I got this amazing surprise. Yeah, I know that this is a little bit unusual that we're doing this Sunday, but I'm hoping that a lot of people that maybe can't usually make it on a Saturday can join us today, and that would be absolutely amazing. So Hilpree, I am so glad to see you here, my love. And I hope breakfast was amazing. Let's see. So Tanya, welcome. Sophie, great to see you. Ian, so great to see you. Ian says, happy Sunday, everyone. Had a COVID booster and flu jab at work on Friday, so spent the weekend in pajamas eating cake. Do you know what? I actually think hospitals and doctors should prescribe pajamas and cake as as medicine, because it works so well. Everything is that little bit better when you've got your duvet pulled up to your chin, you're eating cake and having a gorgeous warm cup of tea. So I'm so glad that it worked for you, Ian, and I'm so glad to hear that you're feeling a little bit better now. You know what? Next week is going to be a fabulous week. I could just sense that, and I'm sending you lots and lots of love. Emma, great to see you, my love. Johnson, really great to see you. How are you, Johnson? Hope all is amazing with you. Ebony says hi from South Australia. Nearly went into a really dodgy Australian accent when I pronounced that, so I'm really glad I didn't, because no one needs to hear that. Evie, welcome from Nebraska. Oh, Nebraska's actually one of those places I do really want to visit. I did the West Coast, we did San Francisco, and we traveled up towards Oregon, and it was amazing. I also did the East Coast. We did New Hampshire, Vermont, we did New York. I really want to do some South. I just really love the sound of the Southern cuisine, and I would love to just do a bit of the tour of the South, to visit some countries, taste all the food. But I also do want to do the mountains and plains. So yeah, Nebraska's definitely on the list. So I'm sending you lots and lots of love. Henrik, I send you lots of love to Denmark. Sorry. Janny, great to see you, my love. Yeah, Hilary says, wow, the living room is back. Yes. If anyone wants proof, if anyone says, I'm waiting for my Mad About Skin order, has it actually been shipped? Proof. The living room is box free. This does mean that we're running very, very low on inventory, but there is going to be a restock very soon. So if you did want to get your hands on any of the Mad About Skin products, I have got enough at the moment, and they're available at www.madaboutskincare.com. Shameful plug there. So if you did want to get your hands on them, you can do there, and there's a little bit left, but we are getting a restock, so that's all good. Jane, so Suzanne says, so happy to have another friendly Sunday. I agree. Jane, welcome. So Jane says, mental health, not good, lots of love to you all. Do you know what, Jane? We are here for you. Whether people, I always say this, if people are watching having the best day of their lives, or maybe they're having that worst day imaginable, we are here for you and sending you so much love, and sometimes just chatting a load of rubbish with a group of friends about skincare, life, whatever, can just make you feel even that little bit better. And we're here for you, Jane. So I'm sending you the world's biggest hug and lots of love. Amy says, ding, 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 Rob, used my Mad About Skin serum and moisturizer last night. Woke up this morning with skin like a baby's bum. Absolutely thrilled for you, my love. A clean baby's bum, of course. Thank you. I'm glad you specified that. Amy, I'm so pleased. Honestly, I love those days where you wake up with a good skin day, because I just think that everything just goes well that day. You just know that that's going to be a good skin day, and I'm living for that. So I'm so glad that my serum has helped, even in a tiny way, to be able to deliver that for you, my love. And I'm sending you so much love. And let me know, guys, if you guys have any feedback. You guys have given me loads of feedback around the shipping and said that you wanted tracked shipping. So from today, any orders that place from today will be receiving tracked shipping. So you can use your little tracking code to follow it from my house all the way, stock your parcel all the way through to wherever in the world you live. So hopefully you guys will find that super useful. But that's just a bit of feedback that you guys have give that. I wish I'd done from the start, but we learn, we develop, we grow. So that's something for today. Marlene is in the house. Marlene, so good to see you. Now, can we all give a huge... Marlene's had a little bit of should we say a busy week this week. So Marlene, I want to be here for you, my love, and hopefully I'm so glad that you could join us, and I'm sending you like the world's biggest virtual hug and love, and hopefully everyone will too. Back to Marlene. Chris, good to see you. Well, do you know what? I'm so far behind with these comments. I'm so far behind. Anna, great to see you, my love. Emily W. Anna says, really glad I managed to come along today. I am as well, and sometimes I think that Sundays work better for some people than others and all that stuff. And so I'm so glad you could. Emily W. says, any tips on how to incorporate lactic acid and retinol into a routine? Already uses salicylic acid. Now, this is actually a really good question, and one that I'm quite happy to answer. I think before I do, if I could just have a sip of my tea, save my voice. So if you haven't already, this is your chance to click that like button. We don't smash the like button here on Mad About Skin. We gently click the like button. We're more civilized than that. You can minimize the chat, hop over to the like button, give it a click, and then go back, and it'll take you back to where you are in the chat so you don't miss anything out. I'm going to have a sip of my tea, and then I will answer your question, Emily. So good. Literally so good, that tea. So how can you incorporate lactic acid and retinol into a routine that already uses salicylic acid? Well, I wouldn't worry about the salicylic. Take the salicylic acid out of the equation. You can use that, and it doesn't really interact with a whole lot of stuff, so you're fine with salicylic acid. I personally would use your lactic acid in the morning, your retinoid in the evening, because whilst some people do use the two together successfully, I always think it might be a little bit too much for your skin, and it could be a little bit irritating. So use your exfoliator in the morning and your retinoid in the evening. I use my salicylic acid wash cleanser with my lactic acid. That's absolutely fine. You can also use your lactic acid where you're dry, use your salicylic acid where you're oily. So on the nose, maybe the chin if you're T-zone, and then put the lactic acid elsewhere. So kind of do a map of the face and use different exfoliators on different sections. That can work really well. Whatever you do, just make sure it streamlines and make your life easier, because I'm all about a streamlined, simplified skincare routine. Who doesn't love that? Stephanie says, glow the family and click the like button. Absolutely, Stephanie, you're right. It is scientifically proven. The more likes these live streams get, the more glowing our skin becomes. And that's science, and that's a fact. Evie, welcome, I love it. Jenny says, I have several skin tags on my neck that are bothering me. Is there any good over-the-counter topical to remove them safely? There are. So, there are over-the-counter topicals. I think the safety and efficacy is a little bit disputed, because I have known some people use some of them and they scar. It's all about the scarring and the mark that leaves behind. I personally would say, if they're bothering you, absolutely have them removed. A lot of people say, they're benign, it doesn't do any harm, what's the problem? If they bother you, get them removed. I would personally go to a professional that would be able to do that. Couple of reasons. So I had a couple moved from my neck here, and I went to a professional, first and foremost, just look over them, make sure they are a skin tag. I am literally 99.5% sure that yours are skin tags, but just having that second opinion from a professional, just to make sure it's all good, I think is a good thing. They'll also be able to safely remove it with zero scarring, which is really what we're all about. Because you don't want to replace a skin tag with a mark that you're equally as self-conscious about. So I would usually say go to a professional. I know that that isn't something that everybody can reach for, and I do appreciate that, but I definitely think it's worth it if you can. Some people do recommend using apple cider vinegar. I think you could cause more damage than not with that, but some people do say tea tree oil as well can work if you put it on and then it dries it out over a period of time. I personally would see a professional, and I would always recommend that. Just, you know what, it's easier, and it also will just make sure that you do it right, because you don't want to risk, causing any irritation. Reve, welcome, my love. Gil, wonderful to see you. Says, I'm so happy I'm mad about skin serum and cleansers. I love the texture. Gil, I'm so happy, my love. I'm so glad they arrived, and I'm so glad you're loving them. I'm sending you so much love. Naran says, hi Rob, happy Sunday. Is your Mad About Skin moisturiser suitable for oily combination skin? Yes, and I know that because I am oily and combination. So it's great. It was really hydrating, but it is also quite light. So what you'll find with the serum is it doesn't leave too thick a layer. It doesn't weigh you down, because there's nothing worse. If you've got oily, acne prone skin, there is nothing worse than feeling like your skin is being weighed down by the products you use. Like, that's one of the most uncomfortable feelings in the whole world. So I would say definitely it's a medium level of hydration that you can build. So if you put 2 layers on, obviously it's going to be more hydrating than the 1 layer that you previously put on, if that makes sense. And for me, I think it works beautifully for my oily combination skin. Make sure you patch test whatever your skin type. Patch test behind the ear first with any product, just to make sure that it's suitable for you and you're not irritated by any of the ingredients. And then, honestly, I hope it works so well for you. But yeah, I've got super oily, acne prone skin, and it works really well to give a nice level of hydration without making me feel weighed down. Anna says 3 tears for Tom and Marlene. Yes, 3 cheers for Tom and Marlene, who do such a wonderful job supporting me and the channel. Honestly, would not be possible without Tom and Marlene. Maria says, hi Rob, this Thursday I received your Mad About Skin package. It brought some sunshine into my day. Thank you so much. Maria, it brings me sunshine every day to hear you guys say how excited you are about the products, and honestly, your feedback means so much to me, and I'm all open. I roast brands for not listening to their consumers, and I want to listen to people and say, you know what, track shipping. You guys want it, you can get it. People say just to tighten up the pump on the serum, because the dropper, because it's a bigger bottle, you're getting more product for your money. It can leave a little bit of a residue, and it can be really difficult to kind of keep it all mess free. So I hear you. So we are working at the moment for the next shipping. The next batch that's going to be produced is going to have a wider neck on the pump, which on the bottle, which means that'll get rid of that problem. And in the future, we're going to do a pump option as well. That's going to take a little bit longer to develop, but we'll be transferring it into a pump form. So hopefully, again, it just shows the evolution of a product. The main thing is that the ingredients in it are good, and you guys seem to be loving them. So honestly, makes me so happy. Thank you so much. Verena says, so excited to finally be able to use your products after no reaction from the patch test. I did them because if you wanted us to promise you, yes, I did ask everyone to promise me their patch test, because you know what? Any product, I think my products are A-game, amazing, and everybody needs them. However, you can be allergic to even the very best products out there. It only takes one ingredient in something for you to be allergic to, and then, you know what, you'll pay the price. So promise me, with whatever products, mine or anyone out there, as frustrating as it is, because let's be honest, who wants to patch test? We want to just throw the products on. Just do a dab behind the ear and make sure, because trust me, if that starts itching and goes really red, it's discreet. You can cover it with your hair. Nobody needs to know. If you put that all over your face, it's a bit of a bigger deal. It'll be more itchy and difficult. So promise me my products or any of the other ones out there that you will patch test. So Verena, big tick in the box, because you patch test and you get a full gold star from me. Sophie says, Tom, has your order arrived yet? Sophie, we're not mentioning that tomorrow. It's coming tomorrow. Ask Tom that tomorrow. Leah says, hi, hope you had a good weekend. I want to ask if you sent some of the Mad About Skin products to famous influencers like James Welsh or Hiram. I didn't. So honestly, I thought about this. Lots of people asked me this question, and I think it's a really good question. It's just, I'll explain my rationale why not. So for me, I don't want people to just, I don't expect any favours from anyone. I never do favours. I never ask favours. You know, for me, if people want to you know, if people want to purchase the products and try them, of course they can. If, you know what, if anybody reached out to me and said, could I try these products, you know, from the influencer community, absolutely I'd send them, because, you know what, I've nothing to hide. I want people to review the products, but I don't want to make people feel obliged to be like, yeah, here's my product, yeah, kind of please promote it. I didn't want it to be that. So hopefully I mean, if like Hiram or James Welsh stumbled across the products and tried them and reviewed them, honestly, it would be like amazing. So far, Adam Robert Lamb did a review of the products, and honestly his opinion means so much to me. Because we have the same skin type, so if something works for him, usually it works for me. I really admire his honesty as well. Like, I think sometimes reviews can come across a bit fake. Adam's always spot on, and he's a good friend, so it means a lot. So I sent them over. Definitely worth checking his channel out, by the way, if you haven't already, and check that video out, because he is brutally honest, and I applaud that, because you know what, if friends can't be honest with each other, what is the point? And his, like, I won't spoil the video for you, definitely, you know, check it out so you can see his video. His review was basically, love the serum, agreed that the stopper bottle could be a little bit wider to make it a little bit easier to use. I agree, we're changing that, so I'm all in favor of that. He really liked the cleanser, which was great. Said it doesn't foam much, wasn't supposed to be, and that, you know, he likes a foaming cleanser, but he really enjoyed this. I think that's fair. You know, if you want a heavy foaming cleanser, this isn't going to be for you. But I wanted to create something that was universal, so it didn't strip and dry the skin. And he really liked the moisturizer, even though, you know, he's got oily skin like me. He said it didn't break me out, and it worked really well. So you know, that sort of feedback I think is really good, and I wanted people to review it that were genuinely going to be honest with me, and I'm so pleased that Adam did that, and definitely worth checking that video out of his. Anybody else wants to reach out, I would quite happily send them. I would quite happily send them products to try on their channels, but there's no obligation. I know that Krista Evelyn, who is another one of my favorite content creators here on YouTube, also got the products, and hopefully she'll let me know whether she does a review on her channel or she doesn't. I no pressure. Even if she just let me know her thoughts, honestly, I value her opinion so much, so I'd love that. But yeah, that's it's something, you know, a work in progress. Honestly, Leah, I'll be honest with you, it took me, we sold out in the pre-launch, then we got the second delivery in, and we pretty much sold out of that. There's like a few bits left, so I didn't have any to spare. I can't be giving it away when you people, you know, I can't let you guys do without it just because I'm giving it away to others. That's my theory anyway. Evie says, can we talk about how soft your shirt looks, Rob? I wish it was soft. It's actually itching so much. This seam here, I don't know if you can see it, there's a seam here, so itchy, but it does feel very soft. This was a... where was this? Marks and Spencer's. This is a Marks and Spencer's, like cotton. It's actually cotton. It's not wool. Turtleneck. So good. They do them this year. I go into Marks and Spencer's to get my skincare. They have a really great skincare section. Love it. Went to the back to get my usual body butter, and I never really look at the clothes because the clothes don't really excite me. I'm not gonna lie. And I walked in and I walked past this. And I was like, ooh, that looks soft. That looks cozy. I'll buy that. Yes, it itches along the seam, but it's so soft and cozy. Definitely would recommend. Total holy grail. So Queen Bee says, do you think in the future we'll be able to buy your products in the shops? Yes. So I can't actually say what it is, but yes, next year there will be a shop. Yes. I can't say which. Just gonna put it out there. But yes, absolutely. And I'm super excited for that, because honestly, just to see them on a shelf will be like other level exciting, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So yes, watch this space. Watch this space. DM13 says, yes, Rob, I honestly think the cleanser and moisturizer deserve just as much praise as the serum gets. I'm in love. I really love the 3 in Cadicide, which is my favorite. Thank you so much, Danny. I love that people are loving the moisturizer, because I kind of created, I wanted it to be universal so everyone could use it, and that's quite hard in a moisturizer. So I'm so glad that you guys are loving it, and all your feedback it's the warmth I need. It might be cold here in the UK, but I feel warm inside. That's all. Raquel, welcome, says, hi Rob, loving the Mad About Skin serum so much that I want to keep using it throughout the day. Thanks for the lovely note. It's a pleasure, Raquel. I'm just so glad it got there, my love, and I'm sending you so much love. Oh, okay. Chris wants some hot off the press gossip about the Mad About Skin cleansing balm. Yes, so it is coming out. I'm very much hoping it will be out end of November. That's the plan. It's subject to a lot of things going right, but that's the plan, and I'll do a full demo and all of that good stuff. The good thing about it is it feels so soft on the skin, which I've tried the samples, and it feels really good. I'd say what I really wanted was, you know, the Juno Co Clean 10 Balm that I love so much? I wanted that in that it disappears like that, doesn't leave a film, but I wanted it to be slightly more luxury feeling. Whilst that product is really good. It's one of the most effective balms. I wanted a bit more of a luxury, almost like velvet feel on the skin, so you really enjoyed using it, and also to take out the fragrance that you get in that dewy nose crack, which I don't mind, but I know a lot of people want fragrance free. So I've mixed it around, but that was what I was aiming for, a balm that's as effective as that, but that delivers a beautiful, velvety, gorgeous finish to the skin. And I think I've created it. They sent through 11 different. I went through 11 different versions of it, and I actually got to the end, then went back to version 9 and tried it, and I was like, yeah, it doesn't get better than that. So hopefully it'll be there. We just need to go into mass manufacture, and then we are good to go. We're just paying attention to the packaging, because actually I want to make sure that it's easy to use and that it comes, the packaging is going to be really, really important. So we're kind of working on that at the moment. But that's the drama, Chris. That's the tea at the moment. Giordano says, did you ever use 20% azelaic acid, and what was that experience? Oh, so this is a topic I love to talk about. So I'm a huge fan of azelaic acid, as you guys know. I love it so much. I used to use the Face Theory Clear A15 serum, which is a 15% serum. I then moved to the Skincare, which is a 20% serum, at the recommendation of my dermatologist. She prescribed it because it's prescription here in the UK. Used it. I got loads of reburning, sensitivity, prickling. I didn't notice any difference. And I went back to the dermatologist 3 months later and said, look, I've used 3 tubes of this and I don't notice any difference, and it's really unpleasant. And she said, you know what? Sometimes lower strengths actually work better for people. And if the 15% over the counter is working better than the 20% prescription, stick with it. And I was like, thank you. And that's, I think, the mark of a really good dermatologist that kind of listens to you and wants to help you with your journey. And yeah, she said, just go back to the 15%. And I did. I now use that in an evening, and I use my serum in the morning and evening. So I'm getting my 5%, which is in the Mad About Skin serum in the morning. In the evening, I'm getting that 5%. I'm just dialing up a little bit with the 15% from the Face Theory one. And that just works really well for me. I just thought 20% twice a day was too much for my skin. So yeah, I would definitely recommend trying low and working your way up. Start with a 5%, go to a 10% if you want to, go to a 15, 20. Just stop where you feel like you're getting the results you want. Serena says, hi Rob, can your serum be used with retinol? Yes, and yes, it works beautifully with retinol because it'll calm any sensitivity and irritation. So yes, a big tick for that one. Ali says, do you think overnight masks are worth it? No, I don't, Ali. No, I don't. Do you know why? Honestly, it's no different to a normal moisturizer. So if you find one that you love, and it works really well for you, use it. But it's not going to be doing any more than a moisturizer would be. Let me explain that. So you put these masks like sleep masks, they're designed to, you put them on the skin, a thick occlusive layer, you sleep in it, and in the morning it's going to transform your skin. In reality, when you put something on the skin, in the night we sweat, which moves the product around, we rub it off on our pillow, it's absorbed into our skin, there's a whole host of things that go on. And the difference between a overnight sleeping mask and a normal moisturizer is literally non-existent. So it'll just be, usually they're just a bit more hydrating, but get a really hydrating moisturizer and you're fine. I'll put a thicker layer of your existing favorite moisturizer on. I think they're a bit of a waste of money, but there is one exception I will make. I love the Dr. Sam Flawless Revival Mask, which is designed to be a sleeping mask, but I just use it as a moisturizer. Forget that it even says mask on it, forget that. Just use it as a moisturizer, and honestly, it feels so good on the skin. I'm gonna make an exception to that because I genuinely think that is worth it, even though I don't think you need a separate sleep mask at all. I think it's a waste of money, if I'm honest. But that's just my thoughts. Sound off in the comments, guys, if you totally disagree with me. Am I totally wrong and you think overnight sleep masks are the way forward? Sound off in the comments. Now, I'm going to take a sip of my tea. We're approaching the 100 likes mark. We're at 71. We can easily get over 100. I'm going to leave this live stream going a little bit longer because today's video is actually on, I should have told you that. Today's video is actually on skincare brands that cancelled themselves in 2021. Those brands that were shady, disrespectful, and just bang out of order to us, which is why you never hear about them anymore. We've got a little bit of tea to spill, but also I kind of want to do it from a consumer perspective, so it's not all about like, this is bad, because you know what? We don't need that in our lives. This is more about like, this is what these brands did. So it's like a forewarning to other brands that, you know what? If you do the wrong things by consumers will shop elsewhere. We'll decide that our money, our hard-earned coin, is better spent elsewhere. And hopefully brands will listen to this and think, yeah, it does matter. So that's coming after this. So at 7:30 UK time, so in 40 minutes time, we're going to go over to that video where we're going to be dishing the dirt on some of the brands which have been cancelled in 2021. It's part of my, like, the best and worst of 2021 skincare series, which I know you guys have been following and loving. So hopefully you'll join me for that. You don't need to do anything. You'll just be automatically transferred as soon as this live stream ends over to that video. video and it will be all good. But I thought because we moved from Saturday to today, I'd keep it running just that little bit longer. If you haven't already, if you could smash that like button, I know, gently caress that like button, thank you. You can minimize the chat, click the like button, then maximize it, it'll take you back to where you were in the chat. I'm going to have a sip of my tea. So good. That was so good. Now, let's back on with the questions. So William says, Rob, I'm so excited that we're talking a well-deserved holiday. Where are you headed? Is this cruise to nowhere? You know it, William. You know I love my cruises to nowhere. Yeah, so in the UK, you actually guessed correctly, William. In the UK, we're doing these fantastic things called cruises to nowhere, which is literally where you get on a cruise ship and go nowhere. It pootles around like the North Sea. It's great. You get all the benefits of being on board. It feels like you're having a holiday, but you're not going to any countries where there's obviously restrictions and issues and things like that. So it's just like, it's amazing. I love them, and it's a little bit of a break. I thought, with all the launch over now, so we can, all the products are shipped, working their way over to people. I deserve just a little bit of a rest, and so I thought I'd just take a couple of days to chill, relax, do something that I love. I love going on cruises, and just have what is like the closest thing I can think we can get to travel this year. So yes, William, you know me too well. Big tick for that one. Suzanne says, don't forget to gently caress that like button. Thank you, Suzanne. Yeah, do as Suzanne says, because we all get that extra glow. Patty says, hi Rob, I've sent you a message on Facebook. Patty, I'll have a look straight after this live. I'll go on Facebook. Sorry, my messenger doesn't notify, it doesn't bring up like notifications. I don't know why. It's this old phone, it's this old cracked phone, which honestly I need to get rid of, but it's kind of like an old friend at this point, so I will hop over afterwards, Patty, so thank you very much. Dragana says, I'm very sad that I didn't get my Mad About Skin Cleanser with fragrance I expected. I didn't think okay, so Dragana, I didn't know with the pre-orders, so there were only a limited amount of cleansers which were had the fragrance component in, because the fragrance itself was in limited supply, so I couldn't produce as many as I had. So I'm really sorry about that. If you reach out, I'll make sure that next time I'll let you know when it's in stock so that you can get your hands on it. No problems. Sarah says, hi, I just want to ask if you find a good idea to use from the I'm From Honey mask after the ordinary peeling solution. I'm always afraid of messing up with the products after the peeling solution. So I think after you've used the peeling solution, I would probably recommend going in with something that is calming and soothing. That honey mask is good. I like it. I wouldn't say that it's like my favorite mask in the world, but it is really good. It's hydrating. I think that's really important, particularly after you've used that, which can, because of the high concentration of glycolic acid in the ordinary peeling solution, I think it can leave our skin feeling a little stripped and dried. So yeah, I think that would be a really, really good option for the I'm From Honey mask. I personally just keep it really light after that, and I use just like a really nice hydrating toner, top it off with a moisturizer. But yeah, you absolutely could. It's not going to create any issues for you, Sarah, is what I'm trying to say. I think it could work really, really well for you. It certainly won't create any issues. And yeah, I would recommend it. But let me know what your thoughts and feelings are, guys. Have you ever used anything? What's your favorite thing to use after the I'm just checking that I've actually done the right thing with this video. Bear with, because I think I've messed up today's video. I think I've messed up with today's video, but we'll see. So all I'll say is, guys, leave me in the comments, what do you use after the ordinary peeling solution? I tend to just use the Geek and Gorgeous liquid hydration, then put my favourite moisturiser on top. That's my preference, but the I'm From Honey mask could also work really well. Yvette, welcome. Anne Curl says, I'm sipping some hot tea here too. So comforting. Honestly, for those cold winter months, it doesn't get better, does it? Hey, let's have that. Amy says, what? Ellen skincare? Yeah. Unfortunately, we are getting the Ellen DeGeneres skincare line. It might be good. I mean, so far, no, it's not looking great, but it might be good. And I think, the proof of the pudding is in trying these products, and I will obviously try them out for you when they're launched and we know more about them. At the moment, I think the jury's out. I think it kind of seems a little bit... If your unique selling point is that you use recyclable packaging, I mean, come on. Like, every brand uses recyclable packaging now, and if they don't, they should be ashamed of themselves. It's kind of like the bare minimum. I'm not really sure on that. But you know what? We'll see. The proof of the pudding will be in the products themselves, so we'll see. Verena says, you recommend putting peptides closest to the skin. Will a tone impact the functionality? Putting it before toner is weird texture-wise. No, you can absolutely... I mean, that's how I do it, personally. But you can absolutely use a toner before and then put your peptides on top. That works really well. There's no, rules around this. It's kind of use what works for you and how you want want to use the products in your skincare routine. I would personally, as long as you use any oil containing serums last. Now the reason I say that is they can form a film, which means that the other water-based can't penetrate through them, so that will affect it. As long as you're using your oil-based serums last and everything else first, it doesn't matter the order that you use them in. DNS30 says, sorry guys that Rob was late, I chit-chat a lot, I just can't help it. It was Danny, it's because your video was literally so good that I couldn't put it down. It is your fault, but it's your fault for being so amazing on camera. That's the thing, your skin looked gorgeous, the video was so much fun. TD says, lol, we've already proven she isn't very kind far too often. I think that might be the other problem with the Ellen DeGeneres skincare line is she called it kind science, and I think there's been a few issues maybe going on in the background with her talk show that shows it's not maybe the kindest place, maybe I'm being generous, not the kindest place to maybe visit. So I think that might also be a little bit of the problem. So TD, I think you're probably right there. Suzanne says, my sister bought my mum a 500 bag of Tetley tea. I'm curious, how long would it take you to drink all of that? Oh, I love Tetley tea. How long would it take me to drink all of that? Probably, I have to have about 10 cups of tea a day. About 2 months. About 2 months. I drink way too much tea. I do way too much. And also, when I have people around to the house, it's like the number one thing. First thing you do when they come in the door is, do you want a cup of tea? You like lunge at them and offer them a cup of tea. So I use a lot of tea bags to do that as well. So like, Queen Bee says, it's kind of stupid when influencers don't even talk about skincare, then make a skincare line out of the blue. Yeah, I think it has to be authentic. And you know what? I'll look at the Ellen skincare line with an open pair of eyes when it arrives and we know what the products are, how they're going to work. Just so far, I've looked at them and thought, it's not really offering anything that I really desperately want to try. Yeah, Stephanie says Ellen's tagline makes me feel like I need a facelift. Yeah, the tagline, like, be proud of your age, not your wrinkles. That's not good. That's not good. I just wonder that somebody's paid quite a lot of money to actually come up with that. Like someone's actually, I could have come up with a better tagline in like 2 minutes, and I wouldn't have charged her for it. So I kind of feel that that's not great. Jen S says, yeah, terrible tagline. So Queen Bee says, what's the best way to get rid of a dark mark left after a pimple? Definitely would recommend azelaic and tranexamic acid. Use them together, works so well. Dan13 says, Danny says, I never expected to use whatever's cheap on your hair. I can't do that. I do think that guys with short hair and girls with short hair can be a little less choosy in their hair care, let's put it that way, because you know what, if I use something that strips and dries my hair, it grows out and gets cut in like a month's time. It really doesn't matter. So I think we can afford to be a little bit less choosy when it comes to our hair care. So my heart goes out to everybody that has to spend a fortune on the hair care products. I hear you. I know what a struggle that could be. I'm just lucky. Lee Cav says, hi Rob, I just ordered the Neod Copper Amino Isolate Serum and I want to know if I can use the Zero line and what order I should use it. Also, can I use Q10 with copper peptides? First of all, you can use Q10 with copper peptides. That works really well. And I personally would use the Azure solution first, then put the copper amino isolate on second. I think that the Azure would be a good transport mechanism for the copper amino isolate just to rev up its intensity. Such great products, but you can use them together. Rochelle says, any body product recommendations for dry skin? Yes, I love the Marks & Spencer's body butters. I also love the Body Shop body butters. They're all really good. They have a bit of fragrance in, but I like that because it kind of brings an element of the sensorial, makes you feel good. So yeah, that would be my recommendation. Either of those products work so well. And Rochelle says, can hoarding sunscreen cause it to degrade? Also, sunscreen, like all products, has a set like expiry date on them, so just make sure that you're sticking within that. Don't keep your sunscreen in direct heat or sunlight because that can degrade it, but no, as long as you hoard them in a drawer somewhere and you check the expiry date, that's the main thing. Jen S says, hoping my Mad About Skin gets here early next week. Jen, I have all my fingers crossed for you, my love. I really hope it does, and I can't wait to hear what you think of them. Nimala says, hi Rob, it's been over a month, I've not received my product yet, I cannot even track it. Nimala, just reach out to us on, if you go on to the Mad About Skincare website, you can pop it in the in the contact us section, put your little information in there and I can track it. Whilst orders previous to date, now everything is tracked, whilst previous to date wasn't tracked, I can speak to Royal Mail that's handling all of it and find out where your parcel is and sort it out, and if there's any problems we can resolve it for you, so don't worry. Just, I need your order number and things, so just drop it in the contact section of the website and I'll get back to you. Chrissy said, I didn't get myself either out. Next time I just release into the sea towards Ireland, it would be quicker than this paralysed snail place. I know. So honestly, It's so frustrating. I feel like that international mail has just conspired against all of us. So many countries have their own haulage issues. Here in the UK, we had a lot of issues, which finally have been resolved, which is good. And now they've worked their way over to Ireland, and Europe also seem to be having problems. It's so much. But you know what? I promise you, promise, they're on their way. Everything is shipped. You can see from the lack of boxes in this room, everything has left the building, and they're working their way over to you. I just hope super soon. That's all I can promise. Like, if I could get them to you tomorrow, Christina, I would, I promise you. Let's have a look. Oh, yes, Stephanie says, let's hope that the shipping, with the holidays and everything, I agree. But the track shipping should speed things up as well, because track does add an express element to it. So by doing the tracking from today, everything will be a little bit quicker and you can track it end to end. Anna says, I ordered the Mad About Skin set from a friend in Germany for her birthday. It's not arrived yet, but I'm excited for her to try all the products. I'll let her know re-customs. Yeah, hopefully. And Anna, I know you ordered it a little bit after the pre-launch thing. It should be on its way this time. It should be there really soon. A lot of the European orders hit last week. US orders hit the end of last week. So hopefully everything's filtering through. And so many of you guys are sharing your thoughts and feelings on them on the Facebook page, which just makes me so happy. Maria says, 10 days without internet because of bad weather. I'm so happy to see you. Maria, we are happy to see you. We've missed you, my love. And I don't let the bad weather get in the way of a good live stream. I'm so glad to have you back, my love. Queenie says, how long does purging last? Purging, 2 weeks, but some people do experience it a little bit longer. What it is when the skin just expels all the things that's sitting beneath it. So if you use a product that increases the rate of cellular turnover, such as exfoliating acid or retinoid, it can, just because your skin's getting rid of those layers of skin quicker, can cause some of the zits, which would have happened anyway, to come to the surface. It's nothing to worry about. It usually lasts about 2 weeks in my experience. Justine says, my delivery is still being held hostage by Hermes. I may have to dig out the ninja suit and go find it. Justine, what I will do is, if you could just drop us a line over at Mad About Skincare on the contact thing. I contacted Hermes and they said if it wasn't here this week, they'd reissue it. It's fine. I can send you a tracked by Royal Mail replacement if that's the case. So just let me know, hop over and contact us through the website and I'll get that sorted for you, my love. Because honestly, this hostage has gone too long. So Tom says, I'll definitely do a review of the Mad About Skin on Facebook page. Don't expect my video to be as good as Danny's. Yeah, I think Danny has set the bar like this high. Like, my videos aren't as good as Danny's. Honestly, promise me you'll go and check out her video and leave a big heart underneath it. Like, let me know you've watched the live stream by leaving a big heart under Danny's video of the Facebook group, because honestly, such a good video, deserves all the love. So Stephanie says, pumpkin spice chai latte with oat milk is the boom. That I have to try. Stephanie, that I'm trying. That sounds absolutely amazing. Jenna says, here in the US, we have pumpkin spice everywhere. We had also placed advertising pumpkin spice oil changes. No, that can't be a thing. A pumpkin spice oil change. Don't do that, people. That is just going to ruin your car. Don't do that. You don't need that. Suzanne says, I just got all my pumpkins ready for the spooky season. What will you be carving into yours? Oh, so I am the world's worst pumpkin carver. Like, the world's worst pumpkin carver. So I don't actually do any pumpkin carving at all, because it just, whatever I do, it always just looks like a big hole in the middle of a pumpkin. But my brother is super talented and he does amazing designs. So I live vicariously through my brother. He'll be sending me pictures of all his designs, which are so good. And I want to see, Suzanne, share on the Facebook page. I want pictures of your pumpkin carving. Definitely. Siri says, I didn't even realize it was a Sunday. I know, I've been doing that all day. Yeah, literally everyone, Danny, don't worry, everyone said happy Saturday. I think we all think we're in a Saturday. Just make sure, people, you go to work tomorrow, because I don't want all of your work sacking you and blaming Mad About Skin because you all think we switched days. Let's see. So Siri says, I live 2 hours from San Francisco, 2 hours from Reno, nearly perma snow, and 8 hours from LA. However, I've never seen the inside of an airport. Okay, so Siri, you got to get on the plane. Actually, do you have to get on a plane? They're pretty grim. I think it sounds really exotic. Like, you see airport travel and you think, oh my god, it's going to be so exotic. And then you get on an aeroplane and you realise you're practically sat on the knee and the lap of the person next to you. You get so little room. And the toilets are like so cramped. And actually there's zero glamour to it. So saying, oh my god, you've got to try it. Actually, do you know what? You're probably best avoiding it. If I'm totally honest. So Queen Bee says, also, I really want to try the tea you love, Rob, but I don't know where to get it. The tea I drink, this is the Betty's of Harrogate tea, which is just a tea shop. They do ship. Betty's, if you type in Betty's tea shop on Google, it'll come up. They do ship. I don't know what the shipping's like or anything, because I buy mine here in the UK, but honestly, so good. Like, So good. Let's have a look. Ahmed says, "What is the most overwhelming skincare products you've used?" Overwhelming in a good way. Like, oh my god, these are amazing. Was when I tried the Neod Repigment. That was like, oh wow, this is amazing. Really quick results. Loved it. And it says, Rob, I was wondering what the flowers are on the Medabout Skin packaging. Are they from the botanicals you've included? Yes, they are. They are from the botanicals that were included in the products. I wanted to do that because I kind of thought that it ties it all together. It looks pretty, which is the main thing, but it kind of ties it all together, which was the reason behind it. But yes, Anna, you never miss a trick. You're like the Miss Marple of the skincare world. You're Marlene because Marlene is also like full-on detective. So it just represents what's actually in the products, which kind of hopefully means that you can see, whilst you know a lot of people don't know what different flowers look like and stuff, at least it's pulled through as to what's in the product, which kind of made me really happy when I saw the packaging, which is why I went for it. Alex says, what do you think of derma rolling? In a doctor's office or in an esthetician, I think great. At home, not a fan. I think there's a lot of risk involved in it, and I think in a professional setting, it just works that little bit better. But that's just my thoughts. William says, Rob, thank you for the packaging skincare for the holiday video. I'm going on holiday in 10 days, so that means 9 days of stressing what to pack. I know, like streamlining for a holiday is literally so stressful. I'm like, what do I bring? What do I do? And I was packing for that holiday, so I was like, I'll do a video on this because hopefully it's easier to streamline. I do always say to people, if you're going away for a week and you take a week off your skincare, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. But I think packing a few core pieces is kind of where it's at and what I like to do with my skincare. Our two pumpkins, which by the way, I love that name. It is very, very on brand with the autumn, with the fall. It says, have you tried the new Jack Black acne products? I haven't, though. I definitely need to try them. I would definitely want to try them. So yeah, I'll reach out and see where I can buy them online. Lucky Charm says, I'm not new to skincare by any means, but I've not found a good product to really reduce pores. I know you can't actually do that, but something that'll help with, so you can't actually shrink the size of your pores. This is the myth, but you can do things that make them appear better. So or appear smaller. My thing is a niacinamide will help. I'd reach for something in a 4% concentration. Also, the clearer the pore is, the less likely it is to look like it's enlarged. So go for salicylic acid. Maybe a leave-on treatment will really help. And also, I think the best thing that I've tried for the pores I get around my nose is the Neod Copper Immuno Isolate Serum, because that's a really great collagen-boosting peptide. And if you think of your pores like this, the collagen will shrink them because the walls of it will be tighter, and that will just work that little bit better. So I would recommend, hands down, those would be my 3 products I'd recommend. William says, Rob, just about to finish the Dr. Brenner's vitamin C serum. I promise to do a review of the Timeless 20% versus Dr. Brenner. Hint, it's going to be close. I'd love that, William. Yeah, make sure you do that over on the Facebook group. We would love to see that. Yeah, the Timeless versus the Dr. Brenner's, because I think Dr. Brenner's is easier to get here in the UK. Timeless is easier in the US, I think. So it'd be really good to see which is actually the best. Jim says, I have 2 cleansers. The Crave cleanser with a pH of 5 to 6 and salicylic acid cleanser with benzoic acid. Can I use a pure vitamin C serum following either of those? Yes. If you could use it following either of these, but if you use the vitamin C after the salicylic acid one, the vitamin C will work a little better because the skin will be in the right pH to receive it. So I would say, yeah, do it after the salicylic acid one if you can. Let's have a look. Claudio says, hi, have you ever tried the Pura Dior 20% vitamin C serum? It also has retinol. Do you think it's a good vitamin C serum? I've never heard of it, I've never tried it, I've never used it, but I'm definitely open to it. So what I'll do is I'll have a look afterwards. I go back and review after this video, after this live stream, I rewatch it and I make a note of everything I promised. So I'll definitely try it. So it sounds good, but I've never tried it at all. Now I'm going to have a sip of my tea. We've still got, keep those questions coming. We've still got a good 20 minutes of our live stream to go. So make sure you keep these questions coming. But I'm going to take a big sip of my tea. And while I do that, make sure you guys click that like button. We're at 87 likes. We can easily top the 100 likes. So if you minimize the chat, you hop over to the like button, click the like button. Then when you maximize the chat, it takes you back to where you were. So you never miss anything. I mean, it's practically cold now, but it's still so good. Ahmed says, the Mad About Skin Jelly Cleanser cleanses skin without leaving it feeling stripped. Oh, similar to the Geek and Gorgeous Jelly Joker Cleanser, but better. The Jelly Joker Cleanser by Geek and Gorgeous is my favourite. So the fact that you say it's better, honestly, is like music to my ears. Thank you so much. Honestly, it means so much to me. And I'm just really glad that you're enjoying them. DM13 says, I agree. The cleanser is awesome. It rinses off effortlessly. It leaves my skin feeling calmed and super clean without stripping it out. I love a good cleanser. Like cleanser and moisturizers, I always thought were like the poor relation of your skincare routine, because everything was about the serums and the actives, and really just use any old cleanser and moisturizer was my philosophy. And then I realized actually choosing the right cleanser for your skin type, the right moisturizer for what you want it to do, is so important. And actually, for so many years, I was missing out by just using the wrong product. You don't have to. I mean, I'm not saying it has to be my cleanser or moisturizer. Hopefully, it will, but it doesn't have to be. Just make sure that you listen to what your skin says and choose the cleanser and the moisturizer that works best for your skin type, because when you think of it, this is what starts and finishes our routine. So you're going to be affecting the stuff you put in between if you don't do it right. That would be my suggestion. Chris said, I loved Adam's review of the Mad About Skin products. I know, so honest, so genuine, such a true friend. I love that boy so much. Yeah, and Stephanie said, I listened to Adam's review of your line, and I did like it because he included a few critiques. This is it. No skincare line in the world has ever been perfect. And anyone that says, this is a perfect skincare line, not a single product, you're like, well, you know they're lying, because nothing is ever that perfect in life. So I actually, I love the fact that he was like, he had some things to say about it, because you know what, we all learn from feedback, and I love that. The fact that overall he thought it was an amazing skincare line makes me so happy. But there's also feedback that we can kind of incorporate into future things. So Adam, love you. That was a bad heart. Love you, Adam. Queen Bee says, I really want your cat to go past. They're playing at the moment upstairs. I can hear a lot of thundering upstairs, so I think they might come down. They might charge past. You might actually see them in a minute. But what is my favourite dessert? What's my favourite dessert? I do love most desserts. Because I'm dairy free. So because I'm dairy free, I've never been able to have lactose. So I've missed out on a lot of desserts from being a kid that I could never have. So I'm not sure. My favorite is probably, I love waffles. Are my favorite thing in the world, and especially because you do dairy free waffles really easily with maple syrup. Oh, with maple syrup, yeah, waffles with maple syrup. Definitely. Dear 30 says, it looks great on you. I want to look half as good as you in a turtleneck. It's comfy, but it's a bit itchy. That's all I'll say. DM13. Stephanie says, what body butter scent do you like? Body Shop Almond, love it. Max and Spencer's, I love their honey one, so gorgeous. And Christina says, mad about skin in boots, maybe. I can't say Christina. I can't say. Watch this space. Watch this space. Dear30 says, oh my god, Rob, on the shelves. I can't wait to go to the shelves to Mad About Skin rack. Yes, I honestly, it would be dream. If I could walk past and see my products, I'd be I'd be full heart palpitations moment. And it says, I'm really excited for the pump bottle, but seriously, even if you never change the bottle, I would continue to do the careful operation replacement. This is it. You know what? At the moment, you have to be a little bit. It's do you remember that game? This is my thing. Someone described it as, do you remember that game called Operation, where you had the tweezers and you had to delicately pull the body parts out of the thing without touching the electric bit that buzzed, if you know what I mean. It's a bit like that with the Mad About Skin serum, because the neck is a little bit on the smaller side. You do have to get the dropper in literally perfect without getting it on the side to avoid spills, which is why I want to improve it. And all feedback is good feedback. But Hannah, I know someone said, honestly, if it came in a used paint tin, I'd still use it. It's that good. And that was yes. Though we're not changing the packaging to a used paint tin, just to be clear. And Tom says, stores in Canada. Tom, it'd be so much easier if I could. Honestly, Tom, I promise you. I'll work it out, I promise. It says, is there ever going to be a Mad About Skin sunscreen? So this is something I get asked so often. Sunscreens, I'd love to launch Mad About Skin sunscreen. The problem is there are so many different rules and regulations internationally. There's so much testing, rightly so, that has to go through to create a sunscreen. It is almost impossible to launch a sunscreen without 3 years of development. I'd love to, but at the moment I want to focus on the other bits, and then I can obviously put the energy into doing the sunscreen. Definitely something that at some point in the line will exist, and I want it to exist because I think sunscreen is the most important step in your routine. But with so many great options at the drugstore, I'm not rushing to create something that isn't going to live up to what people's expectations. So watch this space. It is coming, but I can't say whether it's going to be in 2 years, 3 years, who knows, but definitely it's on its way. Verena says, will there be a pump option for the cleanser or not because of the environment? How about refills? So there won't be a pump option for the cleanser, just because it doesn't keeping everything simplistic. I wanted to give people as much choice as possible, but also with every element of choice there's an element for human error, and I don't want people to have a less than perfect experience. So it is going to be the pump will gradually be replacing the dropper on the serum itself, and we are looking into reusable options. because I love a refill, environmentally friendly and all that. I just think it's going to take a little bit of time to actually work that through, if that makes sense. Chris says, "Oh, so excited for future updates about the balm." Honestly, Chris, it's coming soon. I promise you, promise you. Amy says, "Cleansing balm, fainted." I hope you guys love it. Honestly, I love a good balm cleanser, and I've only really discovered them in the last year, and I've fallen hard for them. So Anna says, I'm sure, not sure if you've already said, but would you consider making a toner? I know it's not a step you use all the time. Anna, I know you adore a good toner, and whilst I don't use it every day, I do love a toner, because what I like from my skincare routine is to have multiple like textures. Life is so boring if everything's a serum or everything's a cream. Like, I like a little bit of a toner, I like a serum consistency, I like a rich cream, I like a foamy cleanser. I like to mix it up, so I've got different textures to keep it interesting. So I do like a toner, and there will be one coming next year, early next year actually. It's something that we're kind of working on at the moment in the background. Dragana says, "I got Skinner in 20% from the dermatologist. I hope it will work better than it did for you." It's not so, Dragana, it's not that it didn't work for me, I just didn't think it worked better than the 15% that I was working for me, if that makes sense. So it will work for you. I feel that the 15% for me and for my skin just like worked a little bit better, if that makes sense. I said, "Please make a Mad About Skin balm with some great bougie smell." Honestly, I love a good scented product. Trust me, Joanna, I'm with you. I love a scented product, and don't worry, it's coming. Work in progress, and it will be bougie and luxury to the gods. Sweet Tea, welcome. So glad to see you. Says, "I can't stay. Family fun time. Just wanted to send all my wishes and love to Mad About Skin. Catch you on the replay." To everyone watching on the replay squad that's made it this far into our mammoth live stream for today, I'm sending you so much love, and honestly, I love these live streams. They make me so happy, and I thought we'll go on a little 30 minutes longer than we normally do, just because, let's be honest, we moved the date from yesterday to today, so why not? Let's treat ourselves on a Sunday. Remy says, "Sunday night drama." Yeah, so the video that goes live straight after this video is looking at the skincare brands that cancelled themselves this year. I know, it sounds baffling that a skincare brand can actually cancel themselves, but they managed to. These brands just ended up so shady, so disrespectful to us, the consumer, that people were like, no, do you know what? We can spend our hard-earned coin elsewhere. We don't need to invest in these brands. And I'm so glad that people did, because you know what? Until brands actually learn that with so much choice in the world, we can shop elsewhere. We don't need them in our lives. We can shop elsewhere. They're never going to learn. So this is just a look at some of those brands. I'll give you a little bit. No, I'll leave you to do it after this, straight after this video in 15 minutes. You're going to automatically transfer to that video where you don't need to do anything. It's also auto transfers you. So you'll all move over there. Hopefully you'll stick with me. I'm going to be a live premiere, so I'll be typing as I go, and we'll be continue the conversation there. If you can't stay with me, that's fine. Just hop over, give the video a like, and then it'll be there for you whenever you want to watch it in the future. Let's have a look. Says Hells of All says, "Found out today that the Clarisonic went bust. Couldn't believe it given all the hype." Yeah, they did. They went bust, and I was surprised because people loved them. I never really got into Clarisonic, but I know a lot of people did, so I was surprised that they went bust. Jenna says, "Is there an eye cream that is worth the money extra step?" Yeah, there's two eye creams I genuinely think are worth the money. So first and foremost is that OOK one by Face Theory. That's really good because it's got a light exfoliator in. So if you get milia, which are those underskin bumps under the eyes, using that is a really gentle exfoliator which will minimize and eliminate milia over a period of like 3 months without damaging the delicate under eye area. So that's worth literally every penny. And I also really enjoy the fractionated eye contour concentrate from Neod, which, by the way, Neod sale round the corner. Might want to stock up on that product while it's cheap. Definitely worth it. Those are the two that I would definitely recommend. I love them. That's for Queen Bee says, "Hiram likes the First Aid Beauty Niacinamide eye cream." I don't like the First Aid Beauty. I think First Aid Beauty is just so shady as a brand. They reformulated all their products to put cheap ingredients in there to bring their increase their profit, bring down the costs, and didn't tell anyone. Loads of people just were buying the products and finding it wasn't working for them, which is such a shame. I just don't like First Aid Beauty. And then they were also cruelty free, and they went back on that and stopped being cruelty free. And I was like, So I haven't actually tried that one, but I always keep an open mind. So if anyone else likes anything from First Aid Beauty, sound off in the comments, because I always keep these things with an open mind. Chris says, "Wow, I've been on a cruise, but not on a cruise to nowhere." That sounds so fun. It is, Chris. Literally, there's nothing to do but sip cocktails. What's a guy to do? You're on there sipping your cocktails. So much fun. So much fun. Tom says the Bioderma Atoderm eye cream is a good choice too. 100ml tube and it's a great price. That's true. That Bioderma, and just as a side note, from the 1st of December, Bioderma committed to be entirely cruelty free. Huge tick in the box. Love that. And I will be all over that brand as soon as they are and doing a full review. Definitely, I'd say that eye cream is probably one of their best products. So thanks for calling that out, Tom. Let's have that. Ali says, didn't like the First Day Beauty eye cream. Too dark for my skin code. Stayed orange. Oh, I didn't know it was coloured, that one. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know it had that tint to it. And so thanks for calling that out, Ali. DM13 said, after the Ordinary Peeling Solution, I'll use the CosRx Pure Fit Seeker Toner. Beautiful product. Beautiful. Derek, welcome. Derek says, for us men with stubble, would you recommend that we take our skincare all the way over it or avoid that area altogether? This is quite a common question I do get asked. I would normally say to cleanse the area. Really use your cleanser in the stubble because, you know, bits of dead skin can get caught in there. You get pollution, particulate matter. Really get your cleanser into the stubble and rinse it really well. Make sure you rinse it more thoroughly than you will the rest of the face, because if you're leaving bits of cleanser in there, it can lead to contact dermatitis. It can lead to other issues. So I would definitely recommend making sure you really thoroughly cleanse the area. Also, the rest of the skincare, you can, there's no issue, particularly with moisturisers, but sometimes the products lay on the stubble and feel really greasy, so do what works for you. The skin under there is protected by the layer of stubble, so it should be baby soft if you ever shaved anyway, but I would probably just make sure you cleanse really well and rinse the cleanser really well, and then the rest of the product, use what feels good for you. Does it feel tacky and sticky on the stubble? If which so, maybe don't bother. Otherwise, yeah, absolutely you can. But a really great question. Jenny, welcome. Jenny, so good to see you. Says, just got home. Phew, made it for a wee bit. Happy Sunday. Jenny, I'm sending so much love to you, the family, the dogs, all the love in the world. Sarah says, thanks a lot. I'm going to try it in some minutes. Also use the Ceramide Ampule Shot. Love that product. That's a really good one as well. Yeah, and let us know. Yeah, like Danny says, let us know, Sarah, because we love your guys' recommendations. So always sound off on your favourite products and all of that. Jenny says, hey, bro. We're all bros here. As soon as we start using those eye masks, we're all bros. Love you, Jenny. Unicornito. Oh, wait there. Let me try and pronounce this. Unicornito. I hope I pronounced that right. It says, first, I'm in love with the turtleneck. Thank you. Second, have you ever tried any sunscreen from Isdin? Any thoughts about this brand? I've never heard of the brand, but I love discovering new brands that you guys have recommended. So I'll check it out. What I do is after these live streams, I watch them back and I always make a list of all of the recommendations that you guys have given, any promises that I've made to you guys, and then I hop over and I buy them, try them, look them out. So I will definitely check those out. So thank you so much. Madison says, finally got my products and in love. Capital letters for love. Thank you very much. Any extra tips on this burst of cold in Colorado, dry my skin out? I think, Madison, this is a really good question. A lot of people are suffering with dry skin. So first and foremost, if you're not wearing makeup, because you can't really apply moisturiser over makeup, if you're not wearing makeup, never be ashamed to take your moisturiser with you. Put it in the handbag, and if during the day you're thinking, do you know, I'm a little bit chapped, I'm a little bit, put another layer of your moisturiser on. Not that easy if you're wearing makeup, because obviously it will disturb it, but that's a really, really good thing to do. Also, I always say, however good your moisturiser is, even if you're loving the Mad About Skin moisturiser, and you think this is amazing, if you still want to dial it up just a little bit more, get your favourite facial oil, something like jojoba oil that's super hydrating and nourishing. Put 2 drops in, work it in your palm and spread it on the skin, and that'll just dial up. That's Patty that gave me this. I'm taking no credit for this because Patty, who's an amazing friend and subscriber here on the channel, gave me this tip. 2 drops of your favourite facial oil in your moisturiser, working in the hand, rub it onto the skin, just dials up the intensity of the hydration you're going to get. That was like, when I discovered that was like a game-changingly amazing hack, and it's all thanks to Patty. So let's have a look and see. We've got 10 minutes left, so I'm going to go through as many questions as possible. Before I do, I'm going to take the last, I'm really sad that this tea is over, it was so lovely. If you haven't already, if you could click the like button, we've smashed 100 likes, we're at 101 likes, so if you haven't already, you can minimise this chat, click the like button, maximise it, and it'll take you back to wherever you were. So good. So good. Literally love that. Let's have a look. I see. Laura says, hi Rob, sending love from Montreal. Sending you lots and lots of love all the way to Canada. And let's see. Anna says, hi, I have a long haul flight in 6 weeks. You're definitely making me more excited for it. I know. It's sad because let's be honest. Oh, the light suddenly got, my ring light came on. That's very bright. I don't think anybody needed that amount of brightness in their life. So sorry about that. I know. When you think about it, flights are super unglamorous. Like, they are like, you're all sat on each other's laps, and it's so uncomfortable. But because we haven't been anywhere for so long with everything that's going on in the world, actually, I think we're all looking forward to it. As lacking in glamour as flights might be, I think we all end up looking forward to it. So I certainly know from like my experience, definitely look forward to a flight when it's just nice to do something different. So hopefully you guys Anna, you'll enjoy your flight. Remember, stay hydrated, drink plenty of water. Finally turn the ring light off, by the way, so this real intense light will disappear. Definitely recommend drinking lots of water, keep hydrated, and if you can get the Dr. Sam Flawless Revival mask, I actually think that could be hands down the very best mask for on a flight. Like, just one layer of that covers you for the full 6-hour flight. And where are you going, Anna? I want to know where you're going. Anywhere exciting. I would love to know. So Anna says we should start a PR company. Absolutely. Private investigators on the case. Suzanne says, I've done so many chores during the live stream. Anyone else? Gotta love the company. This is it. You know what? I love a good live stream. I love watching live streams on YouTube because I think we can be super creative and productive at the same time. This one comes with an added bonus because in 8 minutes I've got loads of questions that I'm going to get through, but after this live stream we go straight over to today's video, which is on the skincare brands that managed to cancel themselves this year. I think it's actually quite an achievement to be able to cancel your own brand. That's quite an achievement. Lots of brands achieved it this year by being shady, disrespectful to consumers, not really taking feedback, just being a little bit shady. So hopefully you guys will all join me for that. If you can stay for the full video, it's a premiere, so we're going to be typing away, continuing the chat. If you can't, just join it, watch the first 30 seconds of it so you can get the flavour of the video, and then click the like button, and it'll be there for you to watch on catch up whenever you can. DM30 says, so Danny did the dishes, fed the neighbour's cat, chores all the way. I'm just glad I can keep you guys company while you do your chores. So Madison says, were there any ideas for the Mad About Skin brand that started with but ended up not going with, like certain ingredients? There wasn't really. I really wanted to do a Christmas scent to the cleansing balm for the one that's launched as like a limited edition, but I can't guarantee it's going to reach everyone for Christmas, which is why I decided I'm going to launch it without rushing it, and we can always do that next year. We can always do that for next Christmas. So I did tweak that and just made it a scented and unscented cleansing balm that people can use and love, but without a specifically Christmas smell, because I thought, you know what, there's no point having a Christmas balm in January, let's be honest. So I did change that a little bit, and that's for an upcoming launch. A couple of times I was going to give up trying to make it hyaluronic acid and niacinamide free, because it's so hard to get the formula right without this. I know why, but I wanted it because it's something unique that's on the market. You know, not everybody wants a lot of hyaluronic acid or niacinamide in their routine. It can cause irritation, sensitivity, so I wanted a niacinamide and hyaluronic acid free option for people. So I persevered, but I did nearly give up and was like, oh, just throw the hyaluronic acid in, it's easier. But it's not about that. It's about perfection and getting like the perfect product for what I wanted out of it, and hopefully I achieved that. So no, there weren't too many hiccups, but I have the lab to thanks for that, because the formulators I was working with were so knowledgeable. They were the first to tell me, Rob, that ain't going to work. Drop that idea. It's not going to work. Okay, fine. Move on. Invest your time in other things. So yeah, they were so good. CJ said, in the middle of my skincare routine and just put my super serum on. Rob, I'm loving the products. Thank you so much, CJ. It is so good to have you here, my love. And I'm glad that we can do your skin. Shout off in the comments. Who else is doing their skincare while watching this? I would, if I could multitask, I would too. Laura says, hi, amateur question here. What are the benefits I should be experiencing from vitamin C serum? First of all, not an amateur. The true amateurs are people that don't even use skincare. The people that still use a shower gel as their one and only step in the skincare routine. No, that is the amateurs. We are, even if we're asking that question, it's definitely worth having. And I agree. So you should see some brightness. You should see some smoothing out of the skin. I think if you say you haven't seen any difference, I would say you're probably going to take 2 to 3 months to see that. And if you don't, vitamin C isn't for everyone. You know, some people get great results with it. Other people don't. So it's all about, you know, listening to your skin and what you get. Use it for like 3 months. If after that 3 months you've noticed no difference, you don't have to continue using it. You maybe try some other ingredient in your routine. It's also a great antioxidant, so it will protect your skin from UV rays, blue light, particulate matter, oxidative stresses. So it has that benefit as well. And you can't see the benefit of antioxidants. So even though you might not be seeing benefits, know you're getting some antioxidant benefit from it. QN says, hi Rob, my name is Quinn. Fairly new to your channel. Received my kit yesterday and excited to try it. Can you recommend a retinol product that's gently effective for the neck? First of all, Quinn, welcome, my love. Quinn, so it's pronounced Quinn. I believe. So thank you so much for joining, and I'm so glad you got there. You know, honestly, sounds so good. I hope you love it as much as I loved creating it. The neck is really difficult to get a retinoid product to work on. So you've got two options. First, try the Inkilist retinoid. That's so good. Very gentle, very hydrated. You should get minimal risk of sensitivity on the neck. My neck is the most sensitive part of my body, and even then I didn't get any irritation with the Inkilist one, so definitely worth trying. If that doesn't work for you, reach for a bakuchiol. A bakuchiol is a gentle alternative to retinol that gives the great same benefits, but it's just slower and you don't get the side effects, the redness and the irritation. So try with the Inkilist. If that doesn't work, a bakuchiol serum will be such a good inclusion. But great question. Amy says, Operation, I remember the game. Yeah, we all remember that as kids. It was so frustrating. Have a look. Queen Bee says, wants to get the hands on the Betty's tea. Anywhere in London you can get it. I don't know. I actually don't know. But you can buy it. The shipping isn't too bad for the UK. So you can buy it online. It is so good. It's like the best tea in the world. It's definitely worth it. And they're so lovely. They do really nice Christmas bundles as well. I think I'm going to treat some people to some ones for the Christmas bundle. It's so good. Have a look. Hang Wai says, can I use the Ordinary's alpha arbutin niacinamide, azelaic acid, Inkilist, tranexamic acid, and adapalene at the same time? I shouldn't have read that all out in one. Yes, you can absolutely use that. Just don't introduce them all at the same time. Go gentle, because your skin doesn't always want to be overloaded. So just go gentle. Queen Bee says, can we have a tour of your skincare collection? Maybe a shorts video. I can do that if people want that. I can absolutely do that. No problem at all. I'll put that on the list of things to film, because I love filming that style of video. Now, we've got 3 minutes left before we move on to today's video, which is on the skincare brands that managed to cancel themselves in 2021. Definitely worth sticking around for. If you want a little drama, a little tea, let's just look at some shady brands and actually call them out for what they are. But before we do, I'm going to answer the next 3 questions before we blast through them. So, before I do that, if you haven't already, make sure you click that like button. Subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. We do these every week on a Saturday, 6 p.m. UK time, 7 p.m. European time, 1 p.m. East Coast time in the US. And we would love to have you as a Mad About Skin family. So make sure you subscribe to join our wonderful family. So Rosemary says, do you have any advice on J Beauty brands? Yes, love some of the J Beauty brands. My favorite is the Can Make Sun Gel. Such a good product. That'd be definitely the one I'd reach for first to try from Japan. Beautiful product. Alcohol free, which is rare for Asian sunscreens and feels so good on the skin. Tia Valek says, a question, better than Botox. Can you use the buffet instead of Matrixyl? You can. That is also a really good tip. So you can use the buffet instead of Matrixyl. Definitely can. Let's have a look and see. So Stephanie says, Drunk Elephant has no place in the skincare world. I agree. I actually didn't include Drunk Elephant in this video because they were cancelled the year before. So this is the new wall of shame. But definitely worth checking out so you can see. And I want to hear your other thoughts and feelings in that video. So more than just give it a like, let me know in the comment section of that video we're all going to move over to in a minute if you would have included any other brands in that list of the brands that cancelled themselves in 2021. So Tom says, is the scent from the balm the same as with the Gentle Jelly Cleanser? It is, but I think in the balm it actually comes across as a bit stronger, just because of the lipids in there and how it works. I think it actually comes across as a little bit stronger, which is actually quite nice. So if you really like a fragrance, you'll love it, but there will be a fragrance-free version as well, which I think is important for people, because not everyone likes it. I love it though, Tom. You will love it. Trust me, Tom. You will adore it. Now, that brings us to the end of today's mammoth extra long live stream. Thank you so much for spending your Sunday evening with us. We're now heading straight over to today's video, which is on the skincare brands that cancelled themselves in 2021. You don't need to do anything. Once I end the live stream, you'll automatically be transferred over, so you don't need to do anything at all. I take all the stress out of it. Hopefully it's a premiere, so I'll be typing and chatting to you guys as we go. Hopefully you can join me over there now, because honestly it means the world to me. If you can't stay, just click that like button, and obviously it'll be there for you to then watch at your convenience. Now, we're going to transfer you over now. Love you all so much, and I'll see you over on today's video in 2 seconds.